is while we wait for friends to arrive, we'll do a little bit of a video. And like you can stand up and dance with it. So, can you see, Valerie, the screen video? Good. And you too, Nina?
Okay, everyone is actually here ready to go, okay? So you can finish your rainbow words later.
Yeah! But we have to hurry, because I have to meet my grandma.
No problem. We're skip counting, starting with 2s.
You done.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2.
Can't skip them.
You guys hear the skip counting video? Yes? Okay, so let's skip count with them.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
If you want to stand, you can.
Higher. Let's count higher, higher, higher. 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Let's count higher, higher, higher. Let's count higher, higher, higher.
Okay, remember the person who I can hear skip counting also could be the first one to pick our first prize.
24, 26, 28, 30, 32. 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. Let's count higher, higher, higher. Let's count higher, higher, higher. Great job counting by 2s.
Right,
Yeah, now it's time to count by
2s.
5s.
Ready?
5, 10,
15, 20, 25.
5, 10.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Let's count higher, higher, higher. Let's count higher, higher, higher. 30, 35, 40.
35, 40, 45, 50.
30, 35, 40.
45, 50.
Let's count higher, higher, higher. Let's count higher, higher, higher. 55, 60.
50, 65, 70, 75.
55, 60.
55, 60, 65, 70, 75.
Let's count higher, higher, higher. Let's count higher, higher, higher.
Higher.
Good
Whoa,
job,
counting by 5 is
You guys
cool.
won.
Yeah! Let's kick it up a notch and count by 10.
All right, this will be easy, but if you stand up, it'll be more fun.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Let's count higher, higher, higher. Let's count higher, higher, higher. 60, 70, 80,
80, 90, 100.
60, 70, 80.
80, 90, 100.
Let's count higher, higher, higher. Let's count higher, higher, higher.
We did it. We counted to 100.
Yeah, and just in time. Grandma!
I love that video at the end. He goes, Grandma! That's funny. All right. So good morning, everybody. And our lesson today might not be too long. We'll review our homework from last time if anyone brought it, and we'll do our work for today, and then we'll be done. Evelyn will get to pick our first number, and then Nina can pick next, and then Valerie. And these numbers, you'll either get stars or you'll get a dancing Spider-Man. So what would you like, Evelyn?
1.
Number 1. Great job. You get a field of stars. Let's try Nina next.
5.
5. Oh man, you also got a field of stars. And Valerie, what would you like?
8.
6. Okay. Ah, yeah, you got the first dancing Spider-Man. And he's saying amazing, because you guys are doing an amazing job. Even
You know it.
So who knows what our homework was from last time? It had to do with this. It had to do with this.
Time.
Yeah, what kind of clock am I drawing?
I forgot the name.
It's not digital. Bless you.
Thank you.
This clock is called an
Chico.
Analog.
Analog.
Valerie, what's this kind of clock called? Yes. And Nina, what are the two hands on the analog clock?
The minute hand and the hour hand.
Yes. Which one is short?
Can you spend some time with us at work, please?
Hour hand.
Yeah, the hour hand. Like right now it's pointing to the hour of 2. Valerie, which one is the long hand?
Start with us.
The minute.
Minute. Yeah, right now it's pointing up to
Spend some time. Make sure you know.
minutes, but we also
2
call it
o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Yes, read the
And since
sentences.
your
here.
homework is all about time, does anyone remember you had to do, it was like a creative project all about time?
You make an alien.
Yeah, so who's ready to share what they did?
I am.
Okay, you go first, Evelyn.
I have to find one first.
Okay. Nina, will you have something to share today?
No. I have
Yes.
mine now.
Okay, Evelyn. Okay, you're getting ready. That's fine. Valerie, will you have anything to share today? Oh, okay, maybe next time. Let's see.
Okay. Mine is my alien. The name is Evelinus. It's the food it eats is sushi, and the planet it lives on is Mars.
I like it. Okay, and what did you teach your alien so that, is it a boy or a girl?
It is a boy.
Okay, so what did you teach him so that he knows how to tell time here on planet Earth?
I taught him how to count by 5s.
Oh, perfect. And where does he start counting? Does he start at 0? Does he start at 10?
He starts at 5.
Okay, starts at 5. And how high did he have to go?
He has to go to 60.
Anything else you taught him?
That when the minute hand is at the 12, you don't say 60, you say o'clock.
Yeah, a lot of people get confused about that. Good job. And anything else did you teach your alien?
That time is actually really easy.
Valerie, let's say we're all getting together on Zoom and Evelyn brought alien. What's one thing that you teach him about seconds? Pretend this alien doesn't know anything about seconds. What could you tell him?
Seconds is like in the clock when it's like 60 seconds until the next minute comes in the clock.
Perfect. 60 seconds in a minute. Yeah. And how about Nina? If there was one thing you could teach Evelyn's alien all about minutes? Do you know how many minutes make 1 hour?
60?
Yeah.
Yes.
You could teach him about 60 minutes in an hour. And then Evelyn, can you teach your alien how many hours are in one day?
There are no hours in a minute.
You're right, but how many hours would be one day?
24.
Yeah, 24. And since our clock only has 12 numbers on it, it has to make 2 full rotations in order for it to be 24 hours.
24 hours.
Oh wait, there's one thing we're forgetting, AM and PM. So what will we teach him about AM and PM?
Once the clock gets to the 12th, the first time it becomes PM and not AM.
Great job. And when it gets to the 12 the second time, it becomes AM. I really like how you described that, Evelyn. I never heard someone say that when it gets to the 12 hour the first time it's PM. That helps me a lot. Valerie, which one is lunchtime? 12 p.m. or 12 a.m.?
12 p.m.
Yeah, when it gets to the 12 the first time that we're awake, it's lunch. Awesome. And Nina, when do you wake up in the morning? When it is a.m. or when it's p.m.?
PM.
When you wake up?
AM.
Yes, a.m. is in the morning.
I wake up
Awesome.
at 4 a.m. sometimes.
4 a.m.
Sometimes I have a bad night's sleep.
Oh,
I sometimes
sorry.
wake up at 5 a.m.
5 a.m. Early for you guys.
Get to sleep.
Nina, when do you wake up? Like 7 a.m.? Yeah, sometimes I wake up at 5, but I think it's because when you're a grown-up, sometimes you gotta go to work so early. Is this how you spell the name, Evelyn? Did you say Arenas? Or what's your alien's name?
Evelinus.
Oh, Evelinus. Okay. Would you guys want to take a screenshot with us? Like, I'll hold up this beautiful poster we made about teaching Evelyn's alien, and we can all smile and be in a screenshot?
Sure.
All right. Well, everyone, let's see. I gotta hold it maybe with this hand. Can I reach? Oh, no. Gotta try to be able to reach the button. Okay, I won't be in the picture, I don't think. Let's see. Wait, I'll use a marker. Okay, no, wait. Okay. Ready, set. Oh, this is really hard. Ready, set. Oh no, I can't see this. Well, I tried. I don't know if I got it. Okay, now let's go on to our work for today. We should have our packets. We should have pencil and paper. Here's what it looks like. And it says day 14. Nina, can you see where it says day 14?
Yeah, I finished that
Yep.
one already.
Yes.
Alrighty. Now, if you guys notice, this is side-to-side adding. So the numbers are written side to side. And usually when we do up and down adding, it might take us a little bit longer to do the up and down. So this side to side adding, we're going to use strategies to make adding quicker. For example, we might add hundreds together first and then add tens together second. So if I really quick stop my share and we are looking just at this problem, 380 plus 242. What color are the hundreds?
Red.
Yeah, so can you add up just those red hundreds and tell me how many I have?
5.
Yeah, I just got 5 hundreds. Then I would need to add together 80 plus 42. 80 plus 42 is a little tricky because my number is going to be bigger than 100. So maybe I could take the number 80 and take the number 42 and find a really sneaky way to make 100. It's sort of like making 10. Do you know, Evelyn, if I start with 8, how many more would I need to get to 10 if I have 8?
2 more.
Yeah, so if I break down this number 42 into 20 and 22, that'll help me. Okay, so now I can make a 100. Nina, can you see what I'm circling? What 2 numbers did I circle to make 100?
80 and 20.
Yeah, so now instead of 500, I've got 600. And left over, I have which number, Valerie?
22.
22. So boom, my answer doing side to side adding is 622. Can you guys try to copy this maybe on a blank spot of your paper, just so you can remember how Miss Brown, I tried adding the hundreds together first, and then when I had some tens left over, I found another sneaky way to make a 100 and make adding super easy. Good morning, Miss Fox. How are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Very good. They showed me what they did for homework, and now we're just starting to add, going side to side, maybe using some strategies to make it a little quicker and easier.
Excellent. Good job, guys.
Awesome. Anybody want to hold up to the screen what they just wrote down? Maybe Miss Fox will be able to see. And George, we see that you're here. If you want to type in the chat box just to say you can hear us. If not, I'll try to unmute you. Maybe you can say hi out loud.
Hi.
Hey, we're doing our day 14 math in our packets. By the way, for your homework, George, did you make an alien and teach him how to tell time?
Yeah.
Was that yeah or no?
Yes.
Oh, did you want to real quick tell us about your alien?
Oh wait, I didn't do it yet.
Oh, okay. Maybe after our Zoom.
Yeah.
All right. Did I miss
Okay,
anyone?
do
Wanted
it.
to hold up to the screen what they wrote down before we keep going? Don't forget, the more you participate, you'll be the next one to choose our prize.
How to finish the page you were doing?
All right. George, we're doing our side-to-side adding, and it says day 14 in our packet. So we're going to try to use some strategies like adding the hundreds together first. Then
I'm already on that page.
Perfect. So can you help me solve this one, George? Like adding maybe the hundreds first?
Right.
What do I have to add in the hundreds? Can you see what I'm
600 plus 200.
Yeah. So how many hundreds do we have all together?
We would have 800.
Nice job.
And then for the tens, oh well, it would be for tens.
We could probably add 55 and 3, right?
55 and 3 would be, let's see, what's be 6, 8. 58.
Yes. And then put
So,
both of the parts together.
858. 858.
Yes, perfect, George. I'll let you actually choose a number as soon as I write the answer here. 858. Is everyone copying this down if they didn't already? It's important to show your work. So me and George work together to show our work underneath. And George, your options are either going to be you'll pick stars or you'll get a dancing Spider-Man. What number would you like? 1 and 10?
I'm going to pick 3.
All right.
3 is a lucky number.
Nice job. You got 1,000,000 stars.
1,000,000. Wow.
Oh, and here's a dancing Spider-Man for you. If you want to stand up and do this little dance, you are welcome to. Little spin in action. All right. Let's see if maybe Valerie would do the next one for us. It says 419 plus. Want to read this problem, Valerie?
419 plus 325.
All right. So is there some way we could make it easier, like adding the hundreds first? What do you think? What would I add together first?
The 400.
Okay, 400 plus.
300.
Yeah, what's that make?
700.
Yes. Okay, well, I have this special idea. I don't know if you're thinking what I'm thinking. But when I look at the tens place and I have 19 plus 25, it kind of reminds me of the strategy where you have to make a friendly number. So we work together to make a friendly number. Can everybody write 19 plus 25 on a corner of their paper and then hold it up so I can see it? Oh, George, we can see you now. That's fun. Are you in your...
I took it off.
Thanks, Ev. Evelyn's ready. What about you, Linda? Can I see yours? And Nina.
Well,
Can I see you real quick, Nina? Yes, no? George, you got this? Thank you, Nina.
yes.
All right. So what would happen if we made 19 into a friendly number? When we count by tens, like 10, 20.
30, 40, 50, 60, 70,
There's a 9.
it would be 20 minus 1.
Yeah, so if I change 19 into 20, it's like I'm adding 1. Not forget to also take away 1 to make it a fair trade. You add 1, you take 1. That way everything stays the same in our math. So, Evelyn, does it make sense to just take 1 away from 25 maybe, since I added 1 to 19?
I don't know.
Or should we just take 1 away at the very end?
We should take 1 away at the very end.
Okay, we'll do that. So, Valerie, I changed 19 into this friendly number 20. So now what 2 numbers will I add together?
25.
Yeah, 20 and 25. And what would that make?
45.
Yeah, 45. George, what's our last step at the end that we can't forget to do with the 45?
Minus it.
Well, we are going to minus something. Do you know what it is?
No. 1.
Nina, do
1.
you know what we'll subtract from 45? To 19, we added 1. At the end, we'll take the 1 away. And the answer would be
44.
44. Thanks, Nina. So let's put that in our final answer. We had 700s, I believe, because 400 and 300. So now when we added the tens together, 744. Awesome job. Let's see if Nina would read the third one for us.
734 plus 2 and 10.
Yes. And how should we solve this one? What should we add together first?
700 and 200.
Okay, what does that give me?
900.
Okay, what about in the tens? What can we do next?
34 plus 10.
Okay, and that makes
44.
yeah, so what's my final answer putting it all together?
944.
Awesome. Hold it up to the screen if you already have 944 on your paper. Good job, Valerie. I wonder what these 944 things could be. Like 734 apples plus 210 oranges. It's a lot of fruit. Great job, Evelyn. Right, do I have one more that George could do? Let's see. I do. Ready, George?
Yep.
All right. Can you read for us?
589 plus 372.
All right. How can I add together first to make it easier?
Add the hundreds.
Sure. So what will I do?
So 500 plus 300 would be 800.
Okay.
And then add the tens plus, so add the tens, 8 plus 7.
Would you like to do 89 and 72, or you just want to do 80 and 70?
89 plus 72. 89 plus 7.
Okay. I noticed if I were just thinking ahead and like estimating, 89 and 72 is going to be bigger than 100, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we could work together quickly to try to sneakily make 100 and some left over. So if you can all write down 89 plus 72, 80 to the screen. So we'll work together trying to make out of these numbers another 100, and then we'll have some more left over. Maybe it would be like 157, I don't know. But we're gonna try to make 100 instead of making 10. Who's gonna be first to hold it up to the screen? Picks our next number. What number would you like, Nina?
9.
Number 9. We got another dancing Spider-Man. He's doing what's called the box step. Anybody brave enough to try the box step? Uh-huh.
What? I didn't see it. Can I see
Okay,
it
I'll
again?
show you one more time. Your one foot has to like crisscross in front of the other one, and then you kind of just go back.
Oh.
You won't be able to really see me do it, but I promise I did. All right, George, you're gonna have to help me out here because I'm trying to find a sneak way to make 100. If we're talking friendly numbers like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, it's pretty close to what?
This would be pretty close to like 150, I think. Yeah, this would be close to 150. So you would have to add. You would have to add it to the 8. I think 800. We'd have to add it to.
Okay, you're estimating somewhere around 150. I like it. Number 89 by itself, when you're counting by tens, what's this one close to?
This one,
Is it close to 8 or 90, would you say?
this is really close to 90.
It is really close to 90. So what I'd like to do is I add 1 and it becomes 90. But this 72 right here, I take away 1 and it becomes 71. So can you guys write this on your paper right now? Is I changed the 89 to 90 plus 1. 72, I changed it to 71 minus 1. It's like we're being fair. We're doing the same thing on the side. Awesome job, Nina. You're first again. Alrighty. Good job, Evelyn. Good job, Valerie. George, how many more would I need if I wanted to change 90 to 100?
2 more.
I think, Linda, you said it, 10 more. Right? All right. So if on this side I'm adding 10 to the 71, I'm taking away 10, and 71 becomes 61. Can you guys write this down in your paper? That we changed 90 to 100 plus 10. 71 becomes 61 minus 2. And then George, I think it's going to be pretty easy to put these together now. What is 100 plus 61?
100 plus 61 is 100. It's 161.
Yeah, so now let's go and add what we just did back into our, we had the hundreds already to go.
860. I won.
You already
961.
had 800.
961.
Thank you, Evelyn. I know you know the answer. How did you get 961?
Just add the 100 to
I added them.
and then you'll get, and then added 61 too, so. that's it.
Yes. Perfect. 961. Awesome job. Alrighty, so we're all set with this page. Now we have a few word problems to do. Then we'll count by hundreds and we'll be done for the day.
Then can we do a little second class?
So, I think this should be the very next page in your packet because it is for me. I would like a volunteer looking at the screen I shared to read our first word problem. Any volunteers? Ellen.
Okay. Some ladybugs sat on plants in the garden. 22 of them flew away. Then there were 28 left in the garden. How many ladybugs were in the garden at first?
Great reading. Before we solve that problem, I kind of wanted to ask you guys what you remember about number bonds. They're very helpful when solving word problems. I'll tell you that much. So, what do you see? You can tell me about the shapes that you see. Anybody help me out? I'm an alien from another planet and I do not know what the shape is called.
It is a square.
Okay, what else do you see?
Circles.
2 circles. Some can have more than 2, but a lot of times they have 2. Which shape would you say would be the total if we're talking about adding numbers together? Would the circles be the total or the square? Okay, so my total is 5. What can you tell me about the circles now that you know that the total is 5?
The circles are the numbers that you need to add to make that total.
Yeah, so these are the parts that make the total. 1, 2, 4, and 1. That. Nina, what could you tell me about adding the parts together? What would that look like?
Yeah, small stuff. Yeah, for grown up.
How could I add the parts together?
It's all out of my ear.
Because they keep
4 plus 1,
Equals
5.
5. But if I wanted to subtract, let's say I don't know what this answer is, and you're helping your baby cousin in kindergarten, and your baby cousin has a homework problem, and they say, find the missing part, something is missing. How could you help your baby cousin with subtracting using the number bond?
I could show them my fingers and then minus 4 of them.
Okay, so we're subtracting 4. So does that mean we start with the total?
Yes.
Okay, so we start with the total, and then the answer when you do it on your fingers is 1. So that's how you find a missing part. And in our very first word problem, I think we're going to have to do just that. So can you guys please draw a blank number bond for me on your papers? You can do a square for the total. So you'll see me draw one too. I'll do a square. And the circles can be for the parts. Dun, dun, dun. I better move this one. Move that one a little bit. Okay, hold it up to the screen if you have your number bond. And I'm drawing some lines to connect the parts with the whole. Thank you, Evelyn. When we finish our word problems, don't forget to have you pick a number. So 22 flew away. 28 are left. How many ladybugs were in the garden at first? So those 2 words at first. Those 2 words at first show me that I don't know the number that we're starting with. I don't know the total. So George, can you see my number bond and tell me what numbers I should write in the two circles for the parts? My first part is 22.
Okay.
And what would my next part be, George, looking at the word problem?
From the first one is from
You know, Evelyn, what my other part would be? Or Nina or Valerie. Got 22 and 28. 28. All right, so I know what the parts are, but I don't know the whole because I don't know how many ladybugs at first. So how can I use the parts and add to find the total? What should I add together? Can you help me out, Nina? What do I add together to find my missing total? Yeah. Let's see. Maybe I could just add the 20s together and then add the ones. So what's 20 plus 20? Nina? Valerie? 20 plus 20?
40.
Good job. 8 plus 2. Okay, so my final answer is how many ladybugs?
50.
Thank you, Evelyn. So that missing number at the top where it was a question mark, that would be 50. That's how many ladybugs were in the garden at first. Okay. Hold it up to the screen so I can see your beautiful number bonds that you drew with 50 as the total, parts were 22 and 28. Awesome. Thanks, Evelyn. Let me stop the share so you can pick the
Um, 7.
7. Very nice. You got the twin dancing Spider-Man, so we can all do that one. All right. Thanks for dancing with me at the end. Next one is the teacher gave out. How about Valerie? Would you read that one?
The teacher gave out some stickers before lunch. She gave out 19 more after the lunch. Gave out a total of 48 stickers. How many stickers did she give out before lunch?
Perfect. Valerie, yes or no? Do I know the total?
No.
Did you see what we read in the word problem? I think I read the word total. Do you know what the total is right now?
48.
Yeah, so which shape should I draw the number 48 in? The square or the circles? Remember, the total is how many we start with all together. So where do I write the number 48? In the square or the circles?
Square.
Yes, the square is the total number and the circles show you the parts that make up the total. All right, so everyone should have on their paper a square, 48 inside, and 2 parts, just like Evelyn. Okay, so that means I only know what one part is and the other part's a question mark. Nina, can you tell me what my one part is that I do know?
19.
19, so let's all write 19 in one of the circles. Okay. And just like we helped our baby cousin in kindergarten, where we had 50, took away 4 and it gave me 1, how can I figure out what my missing part is using subtraction? What do you think, Evelyn? How can I subtract with the numbers I have?
You could do 48 subtract 19.
Yeah. And what if we really quick did 48 minus 20 because that's way easier? What is 48 minus 20?
48 minus 20 is 20.
21, 22, or 28?
28.
Yes, it's 28. I'm not supposed to take away 20. I'm just supposed to take away 19. So I need to add back one more since 20 is one bigger. 28 and one more is 29. So there are 29 stickers. That was the question mark. 29 was the missing part. Hold it up to the screen when you have your number bond done and you're ready to go. I think we only have one more word problem and then really quick count by hundreds and that's it.
Do we do a little 7 or
Inside.
Awesome. Now, guys, I already looked at the last problem, and I don't think we should use a number bond for this one. I don't think it'll actually help us. Would you want to read the last word problem, Evelyn, at the first stop?
At first stop, 14 people got on the school bus. At the second stop, 6 people got off. At the third stop, 7 people got on. How many people were on the school bus?
All right, I wrote down the numbers. Can you just tell me what operations to use? Like, is it 14 plus 6 or 14 minus 6? What do you think, Nina? 6 people got off. Should I subtract 6 or add 6?
Subtract.
Perfect. And then George, what should I do with the number 7? 7 people got on.
Add?
Yeah, 7 people got on. That means more. All right, let's just go ahead and do our quick adding. Does anyone want to shout out what's 14 take away 6? Remember, 14 take away 7 is 7. So this one is a little bigger than 7.
8?
Yeah, 8. And then anybody want to shout out what is 8 plus 7?
8 plus
15.
Yeah, 15, because 7 plus 7 is 14. So this one bigger. 15 people. A little dance break. George, would you like to pick a number?
10. The biggest.
You got the biggest stars. Good job.
Is there a dance?
Do you want to dance?
Yeah, I want to dance.
Okay, let me get you one. There's one where he's doing the floss. Let me try to find it.
Oh, I can do it. I want to do that one.
Oh, you already know how to do the floss? Oh, look it. It's so fun. Spider-Man doing the floss.
Yeah, I know.
So if you want, you can stand up and do some flossing. Can't really. Ow, I just hit myself. Nice job, George. All right, here's our last little bit. Let's see how quickly we can count forwards and backwards by hundreds. Should we use a stopwatch and see how long it takes us to count by hundreds? All right. Thanks, Bill. Into it.
Flossing my teeth.
Let's see if it only takes us 20 seconds. So the example says 123 is what we start with. 100 more is 233. So for the directions say 100 more. Are you ready for me to start the timer? We have to work together. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, what's 100 more than 255?
200.
What is it, Linda? You said it.
200.
What's 100 more than 255?
Get off of where?
See how the 200 becomes 300? The answer is 300 and what?
33.
300 and?
33.
Well, the tens place stays the same. So the 200 becomes 300, but then in the tens place, it's still 55. So the answer is 355. Whew. Okay, I'll reset the timer just because I'm not sure we understood the directions. But now, does everybody understand how to make 100 bigger?
Yes.
Keep the hundreds the same? Or no,
Mm-hmm.
the same, but add one more in the 100s place. All right. Maybe we can underline real quick the hundreds place. I've got 4, 5, 7, 1, 3, 8, and 6. Are we ready for me to start the timer?
Yes.
Okay. What is 100 more than 489?
589.
Cool. 526. 100 more?
626.
724. 100 more?
824.
Good job. What about 117? 100 more? 331?
Done.
431.
Good job. Can I hear Nina and George's voice too? 808?
With every single one on the page.
673?
Fine.
Do you know it, Nina?
Physical on the page.
So take the number 6 and make it 1
Who's
more.
playing opera?
6 becomes 7.
Who's playing opera on the computer?
All right, it took us 1 minute and 3 seconds.
I'm done with the whole page.
Wait,
Okay, this,
Oh,
all we have to do
Okay.
is one more round of 100 less, and let's see if we can beat our time. But really quick, I just want to help and make sure, Nina, if you had 340, but you wanted to take that 300 and make it 100 more, you know what 100 more would be? Take this 3 for the hundreds place and make it 1 more. So Nina, my answer would be not 300, but
400?
yeah, this part stays the same. So 400.
I'm already done, Daddy.
But now, guys, we're going to go backwards. We're doing 100 less. So if it was 440, it's going to be less. Now it's going to be 340. Are y'all ready? If you have some questions or things that you don't like, you can type them in the chat box and maybe I can help you.
The thing I don't like is that every time I flip a page, I'm done with it within like 10 seconds.
Gotcha. So maybe you could be more of like a teacher assistant and help, like you would be a teacher assistant now and help me with 100 less. Would you?
I already finished all of the pages in the
Does that
map.
sound okay, Evelyn? Okay, so what I'll do, Evelyn, is I'll share the screen, and as soon as you are ready, I'll start the timer, and your job will be to read for them. Like you would read out loud 146, and they would shout out the answer, which is going to be 46, because they're doing 100 less. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on your mark, get set, go.
146,
46.
939,
839.
299,
199.
571,
431.
762,
666.
318,
218.
455,
355.
684,
584.
Ooh, you guys, it only took you 44 seconds. You definitely beat your time. I think Evelyn should pick a number and Valerie because Evelyn was our assistant and I heard Valerie shout out all the answers. Nina and George, but if you have your answers written down on your paper, hold them up and you can pick a number. So Evelyn, what would you like?
9.
Nine.
I already picked a 1.
Nice job. Baby Spider-Man, I love him. Valerie, what number would you like?
Number 1.
Awesome! You get the stars. And
I have 2 million stars.
you have a million stars. Is there anything you want to hold up and show us before we go?
Hitting the limit of the number, not a million stars.
And Evelyn, I'm glad that you told us how you were feeling because when you guys have ideas, I love to hear them because usually they just help learning better. And if you guys are happy, that makes me happy. So keep your ideas coming, okay?
Do we do 1/7 sometimes?
Any ideas you have, I will love to use them. But that's it for today. And I'm not giving you any homework, but I'm planning some fun field trips and things for. I'll see you guys Thursday. See you Thursday. Have a
Bye.
Bye.
And Friday.
Thursday and Friday. Bye.